All right, we
said too
live,
many
gang.
people betting against us. We finna green bean. Oh, I
They are
forgot.
shooting 60% from three, bro.
I forgot to come up with a would you rather. What y'all boys want to talk about before we get into
Would
it?
you rather? Oh man,
Would you rather go on a 28 game losing streak, or would you rather your nickname be Poot Henderson?
I go with poop. No, I had idea. I don't know if y'all wanted some time to put some thinking into it, but we always talk about like if you could have different abilities or superpowers or whatever. If you could have any ability from a video game, what would you pick?
Okay. Uh, I mean, huh. That's a tough one.
I put some thought into it.
And it got to be like a video game character that's not also a comic book character. I'm assuming.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with fast traveling. You imagine how much easier your life would be if you could just fast travel to work, or you got to go out of town and you just fast travel, bro.
Hey, hold on. We had a movie about that now. And it went left. It's called Click. Adam Sandler.
No, he was fast forwarding. He wasn't fast traveling. That's a difference. That's a difference.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's such a good one, man.
He got that from 2K for real. So,
Ooh, where would I go with this? I'm trying to think because, I mean, all the video games I can think of that aren't also comics or weren't comics first, like they're either super grim or like I don't want that. Like,
well, again, you're a football player. I would say like quick first step, something like that would be perfect for you on that D line, boy. When you was playing, you'd be making M's right now.
You could go with a Madden ability. Pick one of the X factors.
oh,
Yeah.
if that's the case, unstoppable. Nah, because I played on the inside, so unstoppable force.
No, it was that. What was that one X factor that was unstoppable? And what reinforcements? Dog.
Reinforcements was crazy. Reinforcements was so crazy. You know what? I'm gonna say one that some people not necessarily gonna like, but give me that. What was the one? What was it like? What was it called? Like film study or something like that?
Oh,
No,
man.
not film study. It was the X Factor where you could see the coverage. You could see the coverage.
Oh, yeah.
It was the hourglass one. I can't think of the name of
Yeah,
it.
if you give me that, I'll be alright. Because like a lot of people are always like, "Oh my God, the game moves so fast," and like you really wouldn't know. Brother, if I know the exact coverage you're running and whether or not you playing like a hard flat, soft flat, stuff like that, I know exactly where the ball should go when we get up to the line. Like I'm good. I've won at that point. So
That'd be elite.
Give me that one.
So
Chris,
me,
what about you?
I would probably have. I don't know, bro. There's a lot of abilities out in video games that's like crazy work. I think I would go with Hall of Fame posterizer, bro. If I could, even if I didn't go to the league with it, go to any pickup run and I just come in and booming on everybody in the gym. Like my morale would just be good. People be talking about, oh, you went to the morning hoop run? What you do? Man, I dunked on about 5 people today. Like I literally just like it's kickstarted my day. I'm feeling energized. I done took some people's soul in a not that type of way, but I done baptized some people this morning. I would say Hall of Fame posterizer just because think about it, back in the 2K days when that first came out, that's when we had the most fun on 2K. You was booming on everybody, man.
You know what 2K was the most fun? When it wasn't builds. When everybody was out there and there was a demigod, when everybody was all 99s, it was fun because it wasn't no way to exploit the game. You was just out there hooping with other elite hoopers.
Yeah, that's facts. And Omaha is the one I was thinking of. Omaha.
Okay, yeah.
And all that. But yeah, no, 2K used to be like really, really fun before it started getting too competitive and people started.
Whenever they brought the neighborhood out, like that was the downfall of 2K started when I had to ride my bike to go hoop, bro. Like just let me press my career and this say rec park career, and I just pick one of them 3 and I'm hooping.
I saw people putting something on their controllers called Zens or something like that.
Oh yeah, the Zen packs.
it guarantees that you make all your shots. I'm like,
Yeah, it's a little button you could press. It costs like $150, but you plug it up to your controller and you basically press a button and you gonna green every time.
and my question is like, why? You know, like, does that feel good to you?
I
Like,
guess so.
like a part of the whole deal is like the struggle of getting it right. You know what I mean? Like that's like a really big part of it. Like, man, I had to work and grind and like I figured out my timing. I got it right. I know
Nope.
with the games where it's faster, I know the games where it's slower. You just want to agree. Okay, all right. Well, you know, I digress. I was about to go with the somebody powers from that game where old boy had the main character had electricity flowing through his hands.
Infamous?
Yeah, Infamous. I was
Yeah.
about to go with one of the ones from Infamous, but then I was like, do you really want that? That sounds kind of dangerous. Like,
Nah.
you know what I mean? I don't want to hurt people. And all
Also, never go back and meet your heroes, man. I went back and played Infamous.
that. Yeah, I remember you was playing it on stream. That game
It did not age well. It did not age well at all.
That game aged like an open avocado, boy. That game was disgusting. That was just
Man,
nasty.
speaking of that, bro, man, I still hate taking apples in the sandwich bag, bro. Whenever you take them out your bag for lunch or whatever, man, it's like, bro, they not bad. It's just I cut it up before I got to work. And I hate that junk, man.
Chris, just wait to cut them up till you're at work.
Bro, but you don't
What
bring
is
a
the
knife to
problem?
work, Gibbs. I don't bring a knife or a blade or the thing to push it down.
Why would you
Bring
just
that to
eat
work.
the apple, bro?
I was just about to say, you could eat the apple straight away, or you can use a butter knife. It's an apple. It's not a diamond, bro. You don't need something tough to cut it.
That
Y'all didn't cut it, bro.
that reminds me of when I was on the road, which is why we didn't have a podcast for a little minute. It was this dude I was talking to who was having a conversation with me, telling me how he was a grown man as he was cutting the crust off his sandwich.
The bar is so low nowadays, man.
Why can't you just eat the apple,
Honestly-
Chris?
Honestly, we need to have a conversation about crust off your sandwich, people.
We need to have a conversation about crust people, period. You ever been around an adult that eat a slice of pizza and just stop at the crust?
That's like the people that like take one bite out of wing and then they done. It just
They'd be
don't
like,
piss
yeah,
me
my
off.
wing's done. And it'd be mad meat paws
don't
on
piss me
there.
off. Don't piss me off because we eat everything down to the gizzards in my family. You understand?
Facts.
Like that, the whole ain't nothing left but bone. You understand? That's it. And you messing around, got all that.
I mean, I'll be wanting my snack for later. I got an excuse. I eat breakfast, then I go. I'm gonna eat me an apple like midway between my lunch and my.
But if you gonna eat it later, that's cool.
Just
But don't tell me
eat
you
it
go.
whole. Just eat the apple whole.
I mean, I don't know. It just make it easier to just. I don't know. For me, it make it quicker and easier to eat it. And then because I'm eating at my desk, so I'm still typing and stuff. If I just got them laid on the paper towel and I'm eating them one at a time, it's like quicker. If I'm holding the apple, eating it.
We can pretend. We're doing a lot of pretending today, and so we're gonna pretend that we understand where you're coming from, Chris. But one thing we don't gotta pretend about is the University of Michigan winning a national championship. It has happened. The first outright non-shared Natty in quite a few decades for the University of Michigan. We got some other things going on in the sports world as well. We're pretending like we don't know what a 4-4 looks like anymore because we asking that question of whether or not Katt Williams ran a 4-4. And we got a few other things to talk about on today's show. Fellas, y'all ready to get into it?
Ready for it.
Yes, sir.
All righty, well, let's do it. What's up, y'all? Have a seat. It's your favorite hour of the week with the Facts Over Acts crew. We got the master of the Mix and Master, Josh Guyton, in the building.
That is I.
We got the money man, the man of the plan, Chris Allen, in the building.
Right here.
And then you got the little old MC, that's me, Kenton Gibbs. Now, fellas, first thing first. A lot of people said the game was not entertaining as Michigan walloped Washington 34-13. How did y'all feel about the game? Was it enjoyable? Was it mad? Was it, something that you absolutely love to see? What you
So it was enjoyable from the perspective of Michigan, who, that's my team, winning a national championship. It was interesting from that perspective. One, I didn't know how much hate Michigan had. Like, for a team that hasn't won a national championship in 17 years? 27 years.
Longer than that. Yeah,
20.
it's longer than
I'm sorry, when you think 20 something years, you got to go to the 90s. My brain still has a hard time like processing that.
brother, we're bald. We were born then, and both of us are bald.
We're
So,
gonna
like,
be 30
anytime,
next year.
anytime.
Sheesh, yo.
Yeah, like you're not a
Why are
year
you
behind
saying
us.
sheesh? I was just about to say, you're barely 365 days behind us, brother. Like, yeah.
From a Michigan fan perspective, it was entertaining just because I knew that we were winning the championship. I didn't know how much Michigan was hated until I got to reading comments and seeing tweets. And I'm like, man, I didn't know a team that haven't won in almost 3 decades could get this much hate. But if you were watching the game and you don't like Michigan, I could see how people didn't think it was entertaining, because even though up into that fourth quarter, the game looked, I think going into the fourth, it was 20-13. It was still it looked like a close game if you're just looking at the box score. But if you were watching the actual game, it was pretty clear that Michigan was in charge of that game the entire way. I didn't at one point think that they were going to somehow mess that up and lose the lead to Washington. It wasn't 1 second in that game where I felt like Washington might win.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Chris, what you thinking? Did you enjoy the game? You a Spartan, so did you enjoy the game? Did you think it was gross?
Oh, I mean, I root for Michigan here and there. I did a lot of partying up there. Did a lot of hanging out with a lot of people. Got a lot of old connections there, if you know what I mean. But
we in fact know what you mean, Chris. We know you.
You see,
well.
you took it there. I wasn't taking it.
We're familiar with your game. We're familiar with your game. You can't fool us.
Anyway. I thought the game was really nice. Like, honestly, like at one point, both defenses was getting stops after a massive first quarter, and then at the same time, the game could have went over either way until like the end of the third, beginning of the fourth quarter. Michigan bust the game open. Honestly, that's what you want out of football. You want it to be a tug of war match in the middle. You want it to be high. You want the intensity to be high in the beginning, tug of war in the middle, and then somebody bust it open, or either go to overtime and bust it open, right? So, I mean, to me, that's what you want out of a football game. It had every aspect of the football game. We didn't have a lot of penalties. We didn't have a lot of crazy calls, that controversy calls, because those are the worst games to me. When the game ends on a controversial call, then I'm like, okay, well, that was not worth my time watching if we're going to get cheated, Cowboys. But anyway, I digress.
Hey, now. I mean, go ahead and tell them something. I'm going to say this. I enjoyed the game, and I think that fans as well as the committee need to understand there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. There's 1,000 ways for a game to be good, for a game to be enjoyable, for a team to be good. Michigan had very mid quarterback play, and they won this game because Corum and Donovan, the Don Edwards, could not be stopped. Those two were... I mean, boy, when I tell you running through that defense like a Tomb Raider, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. And so I need both the fans and the playoff committee to understand there's many different ways to get this thing done, because I know that a lot of Florida State fans were upset saying, oh, this was the quarterback play. This and Jalen Milroe was the quarterback play that y'all were talking about that just was so much better than what we could put out, and rightfully so, because Milroe had not shown us anything special up until that point. And McCarthy, against defenses that had a post, had not shown anything special. So, this is a situation where, again, there's a bunch of different ways to win this game. But speaking of quarterback play, head coach Jim Harbaugh said that this was the best. J.J. McCarthy is the best quarterback in Michigan history. And some people are mocking him as a first rounder. Fellas, give me your thoughts on, number one, do you believe that JJ is the best quarterback in Michigan history? Number two, do you believe he's a first rounder?
No. Let's start with the first rounder. I know people, especially in sports, like to be prisoners of the moment, and we have this recency bias to where whoever is hot or whatever team is hot, we like to put them on a pedestal, which I understand. But if your takeaway from Michigan winning the national championship is J.J. McCarthy should be a first rounder, then you need something's going on, because nothing about yesterday. He had 11 completions.
Yeah, something along those.
He had 11 completions, and Michigan had 300 and something rushing yards for the game. I don't know how that equated to J.J. McCarthy being a first rounder in a draft that outside of last year, this is one of the most stacked drafts I remember, especially like being top heavy in the first round in college football in a long time. You have three. You got about three quarterbacks that I think could be elite level one day in the NFL coming out in the first round. You got wide receiver, handful of wide receivers that's elite. You got a lot of defensive weapons that's going to be elite. If JJ McCarthy, I'm a Michigan fan. Me personally, I don't think that man is an NFL quarterback.
Whew, boy said, forget first round. I don't know if that brother needs a clipboard and a ball cap in the NFL.
I mean, you know, what I'm saying, it'll be nice to be part of the alumni committee. You know, whenever the next elite Michigan team comes around, look who we brought out, and then they jog JJ McCarthy out to the M in the middle of the field, and he he helped sing "God Bless America" or something. Like I think that's supposed to be his role, but if he makes it to the NFL.
A special projects director, assistant to the director of recruiting type beat. This is crazy.
But if he makes it to the NFL, kudos to him. I love to see him make it, but I don't think he's at that level. And to say that he is a first rounder is crazy. And to say he's the best quarterback that Michigan has ever had, I will say in his defense, I don't think that Michigan has ever had like an elite quarterback. They've had they've had great quarterbacks. Elite is like that company. When I think of elite college quarterbacks, I think of Cam Newton. I think of Vince Young. I think of Joe Burrow. That's what I think of when I think of elite college quarterbacks. But they've had some very good ones. Chad Henne, Denard Robinson. So if you want to put McCarthy just because they won a national championship in the top 5, maybe that's a conversation that we can have. Maybe.
You know, I'm gonna let Chris. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go next on this one. Tell me what you're thinking.
Well, I got one question for you boys. And people, if you're a friend of the pod, you know how we feel about this gentleman. Gibbs and Guyton. If I told you quarterback A was in the league already and quarterback B was JJ McCarthy, right? And I revealed quarterback A to you, right? And said, you can't, before I revealed it to you, I said, you can't know who this quarterback is, but are you willing to risk JJ McCarthy? Now this player is a current NFL player, and you have JJ McCarthy.
He's a current starter in the NFL?
He's a current starter in the NFL right now.
Okay.
Would you A, risk JJ McCarthy as a draft potential, or pick player A that you don't even know who it is?
Here's the thing. When I think of starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now that are worse than him, there's like a handful that I know.
Worse than McCarthy?
Yeah, there's a handful that are worse than McCarthy. Actually, why am I thinking about this? There's a handful and there's 32 starting jobs. Duh, give me the current NFL player. What am I doing? Current NFL player.
Okay.
Yeah, give me the current NFL player.
So if I told you, if you know that, right? What typical round does a starting quarterback that comes from college get drafted in?
I mean, generally, you're looking at first or second. Maybe.
Yeah, second at the latest.
Exactly. So that being said, right? The last player that's similar to me to JJ McCarthy's college career, right? And his college career was actually better than JJ McCarthy. That got drafted in the first round. We see what he's doing in the NFL. The quarterback in A was Zach Wilson.
All right, now let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy. Listen, JJ McCarthy is some. I think he's meh. Like, I don't think he's great, but I don't think he's terrible either. I think he's perfectly meh. You know
if you put JJ McCarthy on the Jets right now, that's the same team.
I see it like
my
this.
point.
Like this. There are 3 types of quarterbacks to me. The ones that you win in spite of, with, because of. Because of, that's your Tom Brady's, your Peyton Manning's, your Lamar Jackson's. Yeah. With, that's your Brock Purdy's, your Mark Sanchez's, your I'll say Drew Brees.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Perfect with guy. And then there's the quarterbacks you got to win in spite of. That's your Joey Harringtons, your Zach Wilsons, your, that category of like, brother, what are you doing out there? Your Matt Leinerts, like,
Y'all
have to
remember?
win in
Do y'all
spite of-
remember how the city was when we drafted Joey Harrington?
Man,
Joey was supposed to be that guy.
man.
So
I was hearing in the barbershop, he turned Oregon around. Oregon wasn't nothing for Joey got there, boy. Oh, man. Joey be putting that thing right on the numbers. On the defensive backs numbers.
hey, listen. I say that to say as well, right? How long J.J. McCarthy been at Michigan, right? How long has he? Right. How long has he been in Heisman conversation? How long has he been in top of the quarterback of the college football conversations? Right. Michigan's had a great team because they have one of the best recruiting staffs. They have one of the most reputable coaches in the college football world. One of the highest paid staffs in the football. One of the best facilities. Right. So his name is always going to be out there. But when it comes to accolades, we don't hear his name. We hear about the team. He's one of those guys that you win with.
Yeah,
In college. And you don't get to the NFL. You don't get to the NFL being a guy that you win with in college. You get to the NFL because you're a guy you win because of.
I mean, I'll say this. I 1,000% agree with you, and I'm gonna say this. You know, I had to bring out my clipboard here because I had to bring back a blast from the past. These kids don't know nothing about Maury Povich, but we're gonna teach you something about it. We have the results right here, JJ. We asked, were you a first-round pick? And the results are in. JJ McCarthy, you are not a first-rounder. Brother, what under God's green earth is Jim Harbaugh smoking on, talking about this is the best quarterback in Michigan history? I'm not joking when I say this. He's not the best quarterback that any of us have seen in Michigan history. Let me ask y'all this. In terms of quarterbacks that we saw growing up, do y'all think that he is better than John Navarre?
I would
say him and Navarre are on pace, but he was a little bit better than Navarre.
Yeah, that's a toss up.
Oh no. It's close. It's close.
It's close. Okay, so we got one tie and two slight to JJ. Okay, great. Would y'all say he's better than Chad Henne?
No, not even close. I think Chad Henne is the best quarterback in Michigan history, in my opinion.
Would y'all say he's better than Denard Robinson?
Denard second. No.
Bro, Denard was like a celebrity when he played for Michigan, bro. He was a celebrity playing for Michigan.
Denard was literally just ahead of his time. If that man was born about 5 years later, teams would be salivating. They would be begging and pleading and crawling outside of Ann Arbor.
Think about it.
We need that first. We need that first overall.
Think about it. Denard got convinced to be a running back. Look at Lamar Jackson right now. They was trying to convince him to be a receiver running back. He was like, no, I'm a quarterback. If Denard was in this era, he would be a god. Like he would.
They was trying to convince Lamar that he was a running back until about 3 weeks ago when they beat San Francisco. They were still talking about that man being a running back.
By the way, Lamar's tied for the most perfect passer ratings in a regular season game in NFL history. So, I don't know if that's quarterbacky enough, but apparently he's more quarterbacky than every other quarterback in NFL history except Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And there's one other guy that had 3, and he's a Hall of Famer as well. I can't remember his name right now. But do y'all think Michael Penix lost money or made money last night?
Here's the thing. I think his money was made getting to this game, right? I think his money was made getting to this game. I mean,
here's why I asked that. He had a better QBR than J.J. McCarthy last night.
Yeah. Here's something that I have to say, and I apply it to Michael Penix. I apply it to Bo Nix. I apply it to a lot of college quarterbacks that's going on right now because I know a lot of them had a red shirt year, plus a transfer year, plus a COVID year. I don't want to hear anybody brag about how they're that good of a quarterback. I don't want to hear analysts brag about it. I don't want to hear your fan base brag about it. University of Washington, your quarterback is a grown man. Playing against, put that into perspective because we're just now hitting that adulthood to where we're adults.
That boy can legally rent a car.
He's not even under his parents' insurance no more. He out here playing college football, talking about he the best quarterback. He's supposed to be.
He ain't that old, is he? 24?
He's 24.
He's 24. Yeah, he's 24.
Oh, yeah.
He's 24.
He got till he's 26. He got till he's 26.
You out here, there is a quarterback that just took their team to the playoffs in the National Football League that's younger than you.
Yeah.
I don't hear you talk about nothing about you the best college quarterback and you are 24 years of age. People come into college when they are 18. Do you know how much different y'all body was when y'all was 18 to 24? It's a 6 year. Think about it this way. We all played high school sports at least, right? Imagine you in your senior year and you playing against 12-year-olds.
Yeah, no.
Michael Penix is grown.
Yeah.
Hey, let me shut my graduated from college at 24 self up. Let me shut my
You been flexing it. You wasn't flexing.
It's not about what
I'm the best student out here.
We're not, but this the thing. It's not about whether or not you graduated at that age or whether or not you was flexing. We're not talking about mental capabilities and whether or not you get a degree. We're talking physical. Like, this is a game where you got to impose your will on somebody else. Most 24-year-olds should be able to have their way against 18, 19, 20, 21. You know what I mean? Like,
Guy just all the bills that Guy got to pay came out in that spiel, man. He was like that brother paying bills like me.
I was paying bills at 24. Can you imagine the anger I got in my body if I just got done paying a mortgage and it's some 18-year-olds want to have a competition? Come on, bro. Talking about he the best quarterback in the nation. You supposed to be y'all grown.
That man said, y'all thought Calc 101 was bad? Oh, I just finished paying the mortgage. I'm finna teach y'all some angles.
Man.
I'm finna teach you an angle, brother. That's crazy. That is insane.
Bro, Guy let some stuff off his chest right there, bro.
He
just need to say, well, wipe his forehead.
Man, hey, once you pass at 23 at the most, once you hit that age, bro, you're not eligible to play college ball no more. You get one red shirt year. That's it.
Boy, don't let Guy find out about what they doing over there at BYU. He gonna blow a gasket. He gonna blow a gasket because you know that is a predominantly Mormon school. That's how it was founded.
Yeah, Brigham Young.
Mormon folks, they have to take a mission at some point in time in life. Most of them take their mission immediately after high school and then come back and play college ball at 20, 21.
I'm looking at this BYU roster right now.
Eligibility.
They got 4 years eligibility.
Hold on. Stop playing. I'm looking at this roster right now.
And they got, I'm not playing. Them boys be grown men. They be some grown men over there, man. I'm just saying. Listen, and Wild Guyton looks that up. I want y'all to understand something because this wasn't even supposed to be the topic that we got fired up and rowdy about. It was supposed to be the next one. Because you know, for all the things that are at play here with the J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix and who's a first rounder and who's not conversation. By the way, Josh is typically right on these types of things. In NFL, look what happened with Kenny Pickett. Chris is over here crying and throwing up, barely making the playoffs for the first time under Tomlin because they got an old quarterback.
And Rudolph we trust.
And Rudolph we trust. Brother, if I was you, I'd be like, listen, Myles Garrett, you know what you must do. I'm going to hand him the helmet and get out the way. But that's neither here nor there. The actual topic that we were expecting to get some turbulence, to get some smoke, to get some rowdiness about, you know, this is a very Twitter conversation, but we got to have it here.
They do not have these men age on here. BYU already know what's up. I'm digging, and I can't find their ages.
Nah, them boys is on that timing. I promise you will not find many older teams than
Hold on. The mayor said Chris Winkie was 28 starting at quarterback at FSU.
Yeah, it's happened before. Remember Brandon Weed?
Pushing 30? Pushing 30 in college?
Remember Brandon Weed at Oklahoma State? He played baseball first. He went straight to the MLB. And then they paid for his college, so he came back to college at like 26, and that's where he went ahead and you know, that's where he went ahead and did the college thing, and that's why he got drafted by the Browns when he was like 28. But yeah, what we were wanting to talk about, which we figured folks were going to get rowdy about, Bradley Beal and the Phoenix Suns were decimated, destroyed, if you will, by the Clippers. And after the game, his wife waited in the tunnel to give James Harden one of those clasping high fives and walked away. Now, fellas, some people say that your masculinity is fragile if you're upset by this. Some people say
it's fragile.
No big deal. What's the problem? Fellas, what are y'all thoughts in terms of
Okay. For starters, one, this is not a regular high five that we talking. If this was a regular high five, I would still have an issue with it. I don't care if we're on a professional level. I don't care if we're on a collegiate level. I don't care if I'm living with my lady and Chris come over and we play a game of 2K and he win. Under no circumstances should you be high-fiving my opponent after an L. No circumstances. I don't care how you draw it up. There is no scenario. This man could have gave me a kidney last week. If a week later he beat me at something, I don't want no high fives.
You wildin'.
However, this is not the case. Let me paint the picture for y'all. We've seen families and stuff wait in the tunnel after the game. Like, you know, we basketball fans, we've seen that before. James Harden approaches this young woman. She initiates the high five, and it's one of those, for all of our audio listeners, it's a clasping high five. Everybody is
fingers locked.
Fingers intertwined. Everybody has had a partner where they give a high five or something, and y'all like eyes for a moment. And it's a little bit more of an intimate, physical touch kind of thing. Which, let's say that was just it. It's still crazy, but let's just say that's just it. This woman could have been waiting in the tunnel for her man after the game. Right. After they had this high five and joked and laughed. Y'all not high fiving, y'all hakikiing at this point. That's a cardinal sin.
Hakikiing with the ops is crazy.
I don't care who she just met. She could have met prime Eddie Murphy. Don't hakiki at nobody, okay?
This man is strict. He said
after the hakiki, she walks away. She wasn't there for Bradley Beal. She left.
Yeah.
She left. She walked away.
Wait. Don't the visitors walk one way and the home team walks another way?
I'm not sure. The Clippers had the Clippers had on their home jerseys. I don't know if they were at home, but I know it's called the Crypto now. I know they share a tunnel in that arena.
Oh, okay.
At least.
Okay. Because I know in Houston they got two different tunnels. I know that for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Each stadium does it different. Some do it like that. Some do it with the same. Y'all got to walk out. One team go first. One team go after. But yeah, it's Chris. What you thinking, man? What are your thoughts on the handshake or the high five heard around the world, rather?
I'm the worst person to ask this. Okay. So let me paint the picture for the audience, my perspective, right? My girl interlocked fingers with somebody that just beat me down, okay? That's how I'm looking at this scenario, right? My girl just interlocked fingers with somebody that just beat me down, okay? So
she should be interlocking fingers with nobody. I don't care what the situation is.
Listen, I'm just talking about this in scenario.
Brother said if they holding hands during prayer, you better give them the fist.
Man, unless your home is on fire and a firefighter is pulling you out of a building, ain't no reason you should be interlocking fingers with nobody.
Listen.
Bro said, Granny taking her last breath, you better give her a pat on the wig. That'll do, old girl. That'll do.
Hey, listen, okay. So I'll tell y'all a story, right?
Crazy.
I'll tell y'all a story. So I got a friend that's ruthless, right? Y'all might think I'm ruthless, but I got a friend that's ruthless times too, right? Mm-hmm. We had a game night. This back in my third year of college. We had a game night, right? I am whooping him down in front of his girl. Right? And his girl laughing because I'm cooking her while I'm doing it. You know, she just like laughing, right? And then, she was like, she started saying, fight back. So I'm beating the brakes off. We playing Madden, 2K. We start playing chess. I was just beating the brakes out of him on everything. She like, fight back, fight back.
Do you know how long Shorty had to be there to watch you lose Madden, 2K, and a game of chess?
Hey, listen. We had
you get whooped for at least an hour straight.
Listen. We had food and drinks because we was like, we had a regular game night we was doing all the time, like, right? When I tell you, when I saw them walk to the car, he was screaming at the top of his lungs when I closed my door. Next game night, it was doing it twice a month, so it was every other week. That next game night, he showed up by himself. I said, where your girl at? My girl here. He like, hey, bro, that ain't my girl no more, bro. That ain't my girl no more, bro. I said, dang, what happened? He said, nah, bro, that's your girl, bro. I'm like, what you mean that's my girl? He talking about, nah, she kikiing with you while you beat me down and all that. That ain't my girl no more, bro. That ain't my girl no more.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I'm getting whooped on and my girl is saying fight back and think that's grounds. That's grounds for a breakup.
So I say that
putting yourselves in positions to get whooped on in front of your old lady.
Listen.
I ain't never been whooped on in front of my old lady, so I can't relate. I will say one thing though. I will say one thing. This does not apply to Bradley Beal's situation, but I know that his wife is she kind of got a name from Love and Hip Hop. She was dating Lil Fizz, I think. Which is why I assume how she got in the circles to have met Bradley Beal to begin with. So if there's everybody in this situation, we've all known at least one young man that have dealt with this. Y'all ever meet a dude that get a girl and he liked the girl because she presented herself a certain way? She comes off as I don't shame anybody. So she comes off as promiscuous. How many people we know that like was attracted to a woman because of that? And they get to
off as promiscuous?
Yeah. And they get with her, and then the dude is upset because that's how she behave.
Yeah, that's kind of insane.
So all I'm saying is, don't meet a shorty that got her credentials from being a groupie, then be upset when she do groupie activities.
I mean, I'm with you there, guy. I'm with you there, and I'm with you there, right? I'm with you there. But I say that story to say this, right? To counter that, I say this story to say this, right? He left her just for saying fight back and laughing that he was losing. Could you imagine what would have happened if she interlocked fingers with me? Okay. So it's one thing to be a groupie, right? Because to me, that's groupie behavior, right?
Bro would have upped it. He would have upped it.
Listen. That's groupie behavior.
Nah, ain't nobody.
Ain't nobody leaving here with fingers, nigga.
Hey, listen. All the bullets except one. We playing Russian roulette. So game. Let's see who wins now, tough guy.
I say that to say, guy, it's levels to the groupie, right? Because she was being a little groupie. Because I even told him, like, yeah, bro, she shouldn't have been rooting for me like that to see you mad and see you sweat like this. She shouldn't have been doing that. But imagine if she took it to the next level and said, "Good game, Chris. You really beat him and interlock fingers with me. Interlock fingers with me."
See, and here's
that's stage 3. Stage 3.
Everybody who knows me knows I'm probably the most progressive person on this show. Probably the least strict when it comes to my shorties and all that. Probably the other group when it comes to all that. The way that they presented this to me originally, they're like, yeah, she shook hands or she gave him a high five after they lost.
Yeah, that's it. When we was doing a rundown, we said, did you see Bradley Beal girl high five James Harden after they lost?
That's the thing. That I'm thinking like this is like a teen mom situation. Cause you know how teen moms be after the game, like, oh, high five for the other team, apple slice.
Or they even could have been cool. The NBA, they all cool. They could have been cool.
Gibbs, we're not doing that. These is grown men. Making millions.
Even with grown men making millions, if it's like somebody that's like, hey, they're just waiting. So like Josh just talked about, some teams have stadiums where everybody walks out of the same tunnel, and maybe she's standing there, her and the kids, or kids.
Yeah.
Or maybe, it's her and her family, or her and his
I'll
family.
tell you one thing. Savannah James ain't doing that.
My queen was never.
But at the same time,
My
we done
sweet,
seen
glorious
times.
queen was never.
We done seen times where Brian family waiting in a tunnel when they play one of Brian fans.
what
They
I'm
play a Chris
saying.
Paul, and Chris Paul will come. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up to
That's
the
his
family.
kid's
Get
God
Savannah a
there. That's his
hug.
kid's God there. That's different.
I know that's what I'm
But the
saying.
thing is- the
That's how
thing
we
is-
painted it,
They
though.
not
That's what
interlocking.
I'm saying. That's what y'all painted. Y'all painted it. Y'all painted it originally to be like just some chill, like, oh, they walking by, you know, oh, just a high five, just a friendly little like, hey, you had a.
If she just happened to see him, that would have been cool. If she just happened to
That's what I'm
see
saying.
Dog
That's-
and gave him a high
that's the
five,
way-
that's fine.
That's what the picture y'all painted to me. So really, y'all not good friends to me. Y'all not good co-hosts to me. Okay? Because I'm sitting here thinking that this is a completely innocuous. I'm just standing there. They walking by. Hey, good game. High five. Y'all did not tell me that there were hands interlocking. Y'all did not tell me that there was kikiing going on. And y'all damn sure didn't tell me that she walked away after. Nah, brother. No, dog. No, dog. Listen, it's not even about like, oh, I'm upset because of an ego thing, or I'm upset because like, oh, if I would have won the game, you could have did that. Even if I lost, what are you waiting by that tunnel for? Doing the interlocking thing. The mayor been married longer than we've been alive. And that man, it just said, no interlocking fingers. That's a no-no.
Never.
Never. If that's her family, if some come out saying, yeah, that's like, you know, that's her god brother, or like they've been knowing each other for like 20 years because they grew up and he was doing AAU, she was doing cheer, something like that.
Hold on. We talking about James Harden here, though. We talking about where did James Harden's second favorite? Where did James Harden probably go that night? Where you think James Harden know her from, Gibbs?
Chris, please. We're asking you to stop being a menace to society for just one day.
Where you think James Harden know her from, Gibbs?
We're asking for 24 hours of relief, please. I know that this is a tough 24 hours for you seeing Michigan win the championship, but don't take it out on the world, brother. No need for it. No, but seriously though, that is absolutely insane. And for y'all to present it that way, just some nasty work. Just some nasty work. Had me out here thinking that this was just an innocent little, you know, high five. It's like the difference between, and I said this before the show, but I'm going to reiterate it. It's like saying, oh yeah, you know, your shorty was dancing with a dude at the club. Not a big deal. Your shorty was dancing with a dude at the Jamaican club. She was sitting there waiting, legs open for bro to hit her with the Swanton bomb. That's different.
That's different.
The wording is the same, but the acts are extremely different. Totally different thing going on there. So, you know, very, very...
I don't need to know, but if my shorty out with her friends and she dancing, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and have fun. If you getting hit with the Batista bomb at 9:30 p.m., yeah, dog.
I don't care what time it is. I don't care what time it is.
I don't
Once
care.
that
Take
young
you
man
down,
get to
come
pick you up
on.
the face,
I don't care. Take you down, come on. I don't care if it's part of somebody's stroll. I don't care. You need to run.
It's going to be a lot of blood clots in that establishment, man.
We're above the age of 25. If Take You Down comes on and you start doing a lot, you hate your man. Let's be honest. We not 12 no more. Like
I don't do it. I don't do it. But you know, it's always.
Hold on. Middle school was so crazy. We used to have dances in the uniform. People was getting on the ground in uniform, bro. We're grown now. You pick that outfit out with intentionality, and you get on the ground for a young man to grind on you to take me down at this age. You hate me, and I'll accept that you hate me, and I'll move accordingly. Okay?
Hey, y'all remember in middle school the hip roll contest?
Hey yo. Let me find out. You lifting your shirt up here. Talking about you trying to, and then the fellas that was trying to, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, man.
let
The
me
fellas
find
that was trying to what, Chris?
that was trying to out hit roll the girls playing around. They was doing that at Ludington Magnet Middle School. They was doing that. Yeah.
For sure. It was for sure some fellas trying to hip roll, bro.
Right. Gibbs act like you ain't
We was
see
not
that
moving like that at Ann Arbor Trail. I'm like, let y'all have it. We was not moving like that at Ann Arbor Trail. We was not moving like that. That is not how we was moving.
Hey, let me find out, man.
Listen, all I know is you ain't gonna see no video, no tape, not nary a picture of me. Shirt up, hip rolling. Nah,
You know, I don't have rhythm unless I got a ball in my hand. You know, I ain't dance nothing. I ain't no type of dance.
Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it at all. But another thing that may or may not be it. We talked about the Katt Williams interview a little bit in the last episode, but it's the gift that keeps on giving. There was a video that surfaced of Katt Williams sprinting on a basketball court. What appeared to be, or what the timing on the phone presented said, was 4:47 after running an entire basketball court. Fellas, do you believe that Katt Williams ran to 4:44?
No.
I'm not even gonna answer that. That's like a.
It's not even. I cannot. I don't even know if I could name for you on both of my hands. For starters, I can't name you anybody that's in their 50s that's running a 4.4. That's just not a thing.
Yeah.
Two, I don't think I can use my hands to name anybody that's running a 4.4 that's not in the National Football League or some kind of professional or semi-professional sport. Like, that's not even a believable. Katt Williams not beating none of us three in a foot race, let alone running a 4.4.
Again, I need us as a society, not just as black folks. I need us as a society to start doing some better math, because our math is bad and it's hurting my feelings. Number one, hand timing is extremely unreliable. Number two, a basketball court is how far? Y'all both play basketball. Y'all both are
120. No, 94 feet. 94 feet.
94 feet. How many yards? I'm sorry. How many feet are in each yard? Three. Three feet in each yard. 94 divided by 3. You get 31 point infinite threes. Okay. So what does that mean? That man ran 31 yards in that 4.47. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
He's the fastest man alive, bro.
Here's the thing. If we just do the math, he said he ran a 40 in 4.4. He ran 31 yards in 4.47. You still would have another 9 to go if you were running an actual 40. And you're already at 4.47. You see what happens when you lie? And mind you, this is hand time, by the way. This ain't electric time like how they do it in the NFL combine, because they don't play around with like, oh, what your eye thinks doesn't matter. It's what they actually ran. My brother in Christ. I've seen, and here's the thing. Y'all know me. Y'all know I was a football nerd growing up. I used to watch the combine. I used to race home from school to watch the reruns of the combine on NFL Network when we had that stolen cable, because they would replay it on NFL Network all day. Like when the combine went off, they would just be replaying the guys running the 40, doing all the things all day. I am telling y'all right now, I have seen 4.4 speed in real life. I've played against 4.4 speed. I've played with 4.4 speed. I have seen 4.4 speed on TV. If y'all believe that man ran a 4.4 because y'all saw him running on Atlanta and it looked fast and running in that gym, don't worry about it. I got oceanfront property to sell you. I got 2 different oceanfront properties to sell you. One in Detroit, Michigan, one in Raleigh, North Carolina. Don't ask me to see the properties. Just pay me the money first. Just pay me the money first, because you'll believe anything.
I ain't gonna hold you. Now that I think about it though, have you ever heard of anybody running a 4.4 where you can hear their strides? Like most people that run a 4.4, they real light on their feet. You know what I mean? We heard that brother running that 4.4. You know, I just thought about that.
You know, it very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Please, just stop it. Just leave it to the professionals. Leave it to the folks who actually know this type of stuff. Because again, that man, I know And the worst part about it is it proves to me the whole belief is stronger than fact thing because people want to believe it's true, so they refuse to believe facts of like this man ran 30 yards at 4.47. It's impossible for him to run 40 in sub 4.4. You just added on 9 yards and said the time is going to go down. That doesn't make sense, people. Please hear yourselves. But now, moving right along from there, we have wild card weekend coming up, and boy, I'll tell you, the script writers cooked. The script writers for the NFL cooked up something serious. Matt Stafford returns to Ford Field for one of the first, I believe that's the first home playoff game in Detroit since the 90s.
Since 93.
Since 93. It's been over 30 years since the last home playoff game. Matt Stafford is back for the first one. Turns out he's just leading the opposite team. And then you got Cowboys and Packers. Biz didn't catch it. Coming up after that, Eagles and Bucks round out the NFC wildcard weekend. And on the other side, you've got the Massage Bowl with the Texans and the Browns in round one. And after the Texans and the Browns, you've got the Dolphins and the Chiefs as Tyreek Hill returns to Arrowhead. And last but not least, of course, there is, as the old saying goes, he is inevitable. Mike Tomlin in the playoffs again with the Steelers, taking on the Bills in the first round. Fellas, please tell me this. Which games are y'all most interested in seeing, and which one do you think has the most interesting storyline?
The games I'm most interested in seeing just from a good football perspective, Lions, Rams, Dolphins, Chiefs, and Cowboys, Packers, just because I know it's sacrilegious to like anything Packers related, but one part of me don't want Jordan Love to be good because we're gonna have to see him for the next 15 years, but another part of me want him to win because I feel like a lot of people counted Jordan Love out way too early. Right. But from a narrative perspective, one, shout out to the script writers because Matt Stafford playing in Detroit is going to be elite. Tyreek Hill at Arrowhead is going to be elite. But if the Lions win and the Cowboys win, we get our get back next week. So I don't need the Lions to win I don't need the Lions to win an NFC championship. I just need to beat the Cowboys. That's all I care about.
Yeah. I'll be rooting for the asteroid in the Cowboys-Packers game. That's what
You said you were a fan of that Pistons disaster draft plan?
Listen, we humans have had a good run. Asteroid, come on.
I'm starting with Kelly Hayes.
Come on. I'm sick of boy. Killian Hayes again. Tony Parker, you gonna pay for your crimes, but we're not gonna talk. Did you know they said the next number one pick is also out of France? What happened to the game I love?
Oh
what
yeah, I forget dude name.
Something SAR or something along those lines.
What's my man's name?
Please.
Alexander Sarr.
Yeah, no. I've had enough. I've had just about the right amount of the.
Which he is 7'2" with a handle.
I blame Batum a little bit for this too. I blame Batum.
Well, we was yelling, why was he in? And now here we go. Because
have y'all ever seen anything like this? The top 3 prospects for the 2024, 4 out of the top 5 are all not American.
I mean, that's not really surprising.
You got Czech, France, and I don't even know where this dude is from.
It's 2 of them? It's 2 of them?
Yeah, the number 3, Zashir Richier, I forgot you pronounce it.
We knew this was coming, right? Like statistically, it couldn't maintain that the best athletes would only be from America when number one, players were being pushed internationally to like there just weren't the same amount of players in the NBA as there are playing internationally. And even beyond that, as the NBA grew, one of the biggest things that they did was grassroots efforts in all these other countries to develop their little league or like their what's the word I'm looking for? Their I guess their little league systems more or less. Like that's these players grew up with intense coaching from the point where they were very early up to where they are now. So it's not too much of a surprise. But anywho, Chris, back to football. What are you thinking in terms of these playoff games?
This playoff schedule some heat, man. As soon as I get off the slopes, I'm about to get meat in front of my Airbnb TV. We're going to cook up some food. I'm going skiing this weekend in Vermont, but we about to watch these. So let me tell you, that Lions game, oh boy. I was watching ESPN when I first got to work. I was listening to it in my ear. They talk about anti-banning Stafford jerseys from entering the arena. That's how serious these Lions is taking this Stafford. That game go be, and the city come out. And when the city come out, when Detroit come out, it's about to be chains. It's about to be.
Say what you want. Say what you want about the city of Detroit. You can't say that Detroit don't have some of the most passionate fans in the world.
Listen,
whenever any Detroit team is good, I remember when the Stanley Cup was like getting toward the end when we were kids, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we going to the hockey game. We going to the hockey." I'm like, hey, you never talk about hockey in your life. And they're like, "Yeah, but the Wings about to put it away." And like, if people flooded, Joe Louis Arena was packed out. It really was. Darn near standing.
Hey man, Detroit fans so passionate. I'd have been to a Shock game before.
Hey. And you know what's crazy? And you know what's really crazy about that? When the Shock were good, they had good attendance. They had good attendance when they were good. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to hold y'all. I had a Shock jersey. I'm not going to hold y'all. I had a Shock jersey.
I had a pair of the Cheryl Swoop sneakers. I wanted another pair. Them Cheryl Swoops was tough.
You pussing it down.
Google right now Cheryl Swoop sneakers. Them tough.
Yeah. But anyway, that's going to be a game, bro. The city going to be out. You're going to see so many buffs. You're going to think you was in the Cartier store. It's about to be tough. They going to have a blue ski mask on. Hey, it's about to be a crazy day. Anyway.
I'm not going to lie to you. Cheryl Ford made me think things about myself. I made a lot of realizations watching her hoop. That was like, oh, all right. That's what you're into, kid. That's just it. You don't got nothing for it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
All right. Then, so let me tell you this. Y'all might not be a fan favorite of this, but I am going to enjoy the Dolphins playing in 10-degree weather in Kansas City, right? Because if it's one thing that can stop that,
actually, the forecast is 2 degrees.
Right. But you know, when you're in an arena setting like that, that means it's gonna bring it up a little bit.
Yeah, a little, people yelling, some breath. It's gonna be a little warmer.
Then people got their liquor jackets on.
Yeah. Nothing warms my heart than some good old fashioned South Florida brothers going up to the cold Kansas City. I can't wait to see the real tour. Even though I've been pulling for the Dolphins all year. But I can't wait to see them boys with them limp arms because it's cold. They can't feel their fingertips.
Brother
and my home's going to shine.
Brother said the real tour. Like we've been watching the imposter all along.
Listen. They going to be talking about how cold them Kansas City's receivers going to be slide right off their hands. They can't feel their fingers. That's going to be a game right there. We might see them learn how to catch the ball in that game if they're going to be so wide open with that cold. So that's another game I'm looking forward to. Now, the last game I'm looking forward to, and I think this is just for the culture, right? This Bills and Steelers game. Now, the Bills going to win. I'm not being crazy going to say that, right? If TJ Watt plays, though, I think we can really see if Josh Allen has what it takes because that TJ Watt is that much of an impact to the game. Like he's that much. Like your quarterback has to be on his best game every snap when TJ Watt's on the field, right? I really am more interested to see if Josh Allen can be that guy or if the Bills need to move on because he has everything he needs to be a Super Bowl contending team, and yet when the lights get bright, we don't see him. When the lights get bright.
That's fair.
So that's what I'm looking forward to in that game.
That's very fair. I mean, obviously, I'm Stafford coming back to Detroit, big time. Tyreek Hill going back to Arrowhead, big time. But boy, I really, and there is nothing more confusing to me than what has become of the Philadelphia Eagles down the stretch.
Man.
Y'all remember when we picked the teams earlier this year who was going to win the division? Who did I pick in the NFC East?
Philly. I picked Philly too.
Wait, I thought I picked the Cowboys because
No, he picked the Cowboys. Yeah.
Did you pick the Cowboys? I'll double
I'm the
check.
only one. No, I'm the only one that picked Philly, I think.
Because no team have won it back to back. No team have won it back to back since Andy Reid, and I'm like, this just feels like a year where it's gonna be another one of those. And I thought I was wrong. I thought, man, the Eagles, they got it. They look special. They look different. Lo and behold, Jalen Hurts, brother, get your tripod ready.
No, you picked the Eagles.
Oh, I picked the Eagles?
Yeah, Chris the only one that picked Dallas. Me and you picked Philly.
Right. It was something like that.
My bad.
Can we take a quick second to talk about our picks, see if we got them right? So AFC, you had the Jets, the Ravens, and the East you picked the Jets.
Eesh.
You picked the Ravens in the North.
Yeah,
You picked the Jags in the South.
Folded.
And you picked the Chiefs in the West.
Okay, I got those two right. I got
Chris,
half right there.
you got Jets, Browns, Jags, Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs right.
Fool, I got Jets, Bengals, Jags, Chiefs.
Yeesh.
And then over in the NFC, you got Eagles, Lions, Saints, Niners.
Okay, I got half right again. So I got exactly half right on that.
Chris, you got Dallas, Chicago, Carolina, and the Niners.
I thought Bryce Young was gonna be that guy. I mean, I'm sorry.
I got the
He
head
was that
too.
guy. He was that guy.
And then I got Eagles, Lions, Saints, Niners.
Wow. Well, hey, I got the highest winning percentage on the pod. That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me, damn it. These two losers didn't get more than me. I'm for the class dance with all your stories. No, but yeah, this is. I mean, I'm gonna tell you though. This is what has become of the Eagles. You know what really pissed me off hearing those picks. All the teams that I picked were looking like they was that was green bean up until, except the Jets. All of them were looking green up until like week 13. Why did they all do this to me at once?
Yeah, they did all sell at once.
The Jaguars had a 99% chance of making the playoffs and went 1-5 down the stretch.
In the words of Guyton, just sell it.
They did. They just sold it. So ultimately, you know, the way that I see this thing, I'm very confused about which Eagles team we're gonna get. And also, Baker Mayfield follows this messed up law that like he feeds on doubt. He's like Samson when his hair is long when you doubt him. But the minute you start believing in him, you giving Samson a buzz cut. You done cut all his hair. You done cut his source of power off. The minute you start thinking Baker Mayfield could be good for us, you're cooked. But when you're like, oh, he's terrible, he's washed, he's done, he gonna show up and feel dangerous. So I wonder, which Jalen Hurts we gonna get? We gonna get the Jalen Hurts that turned into Master Oogway after every loss? Talk about it's all about dedication. It's all about focus. It's all about our ability to lock in one play, one step, one motion at a time. And that's what'll get us to a championship. Or are we going to get the Jalen Hurts that's slinging that thing and then MVP consideration? Which Jalen are we going to get? That's what I'm most excited to see. I'm not going to lie to you. Because that game, to me, has the most mercurial situation of all of them. I don't think that any of the other ones you're going to see too much up and down and like, oh, this team acting totally different. But that one, I don't know who either of these teams are. Because the Bucks have that same thing about them where it's like, listen, if y'all run in the NFC South, y'all do realize y'all would not be here. But when you tell Baker he can't do it, that's when bro show up. So, you know, that's just my thought from there.
Eagles gonna just sell it.
Well, you know what? I know we over time, but before we get out of here, give your picks for these playoff games. Guys, make sure you get these down so we don't practice no more revisionist history. You know my CTE be acting up. So I forget.
I'm gonna make it quick. I got Lions.
Mm-hmm.
I got Cowboys.
Right.
I got Eagles.
Okay.
I got the Browns.
Okay.
I got the Chiefs.
All right.
And I got the Steelers.
Ooh. Interesting.
You got all favorites except one. All right. All right, I'm gonna roll them out. Roll them out. I got the Bills. Sorry, Steelers. I'm the Steelers guy, but I just Mason Rudolph ain't leading us to no promised land. If Mason Rudolph was leading the slaves wouldn't be free right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
The allegations that's on Mason Rudolph, if he was leading the slaves, of course they wouldn't be free right now. Of course they wouldn't be. But proceed.
Listen, okay. I'm gonna go Dolphins. I'm gonna go Dolphins. I'm gonna go Dolphins. I'm saying they're gonna have a tough day, but Patrick Mahomes receivers can't catch a cold to save their life. They can't.
Well, it's gonna be negative 2 degrees. I mean, it's gonna be 2 degrees. So if they can catch a cold, they're gonna figure it out on this.
I love the fact that the Dolphins gonna struggle because it's gonna be cold, but I just think that the Chiefs gonna play so bad they're gonna give that game away because the Dolphins, they defense isn't the best, but the Chiefs just offensively just fell off a cliff. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go Eagles just because I can't trust Baker Mayfield. I know he thrives on doubt. Then I'm gonna go. Y'all gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna go Rams. I'm gonna go Rams.
That boy hate on the Lions any chance he get, man.
He Silky Johnson. Hate.
I'm gonna go Rams. I'm gonna go a playoff Joe to Indy.
Okay. All right. So wait, you're missing one game here.
Yeah, you missing Cowboys Packers.
Oh, Cowboys got that. Jordan Love is coming though. He coming.
I hate to do this. I really do. But I gotta pick based on beating y'all again. Because I can't pick with my heart. I gotta pick with my head here. I got the Lions beating the Rams. I got the Packers beating the Cowboys. I got the Eagles taking out the Bucks. Give me Texans over Browns. Give me the Chiefs over the Dolphins. And give me the Bills over the Steelers. I'm sorry, Mike Tomlin, you're my dear brother in the bond. Yo to the good noobs, J5 just passed and all that good stuff. I can't roll with you.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm not even mad at you because Mason Rudolph's our starting quarterback. So I mean,
I can't do it.
It's either him or Trubisky. So I mean,
ugh,
yikes.
That's just gross. And I'm gonna tell you this. Actually, now that I think about it, the Cowboys are at home. Give me the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys over the Packers. And yeah, that's my picks. We gonna see who comes out on top. I know y'all done had enough of us talking about fake fofos and fake wives and fake handshakes that shouldn't be lasting that long. But come on back next week and the week after that. Peace and love, y'all.